This is a very, very good forum. I'd really like to congratulate the organizers because this is something that is needed by modern day business, modern day living, something that I would say in the Philippines, we have not been very, very serious in our study of logistics. We have been so used to developing, sorry kasi mayor ako, developing and constructing barangay roads which lead to nowhere. And so when we come up, going higher at the municipal level, parang ganun din, hindi connected yung mga kalye. Because usually, well, go around the country, and usually you'd find very good roads, cemented concrete roads at the municipal level and even at the provincial level because the mayor, the governor, the congressman live somewhere there. We are all familiar with that. And maybe because these are the things that we took for granted, I am happy that now we have transformed ourselves and have adopted something global. And I was really impressed with the presentation of our colleagues previous to me, because now we're talking of framework, we're talking of connectivity, and we're talking of the direct relationship between time and motion of moving goods, people, and services. So talagang, I would say that talagang our program now is BBM, Build More. The more includes a very rational program, something that is at the standard of global standards. So now, coming down to smaller communities, so I will be speaking on why locate in Clark. I'm not saying don't locate anywhere else. I'm just saying that why locate in Clark? Because our strength may also be the strength of the other communities. We don't have anyway enough spaces, but we can complement one another. So why locate in Clark? Our strategic location, tinitingnan ko lang kung tama yung aking page. Of course, by air. And thank you, Mr. Noel Mananquil. This is, as you can see, Clark is highly accessible by very good airlines from the major cities in Asia. The nearest, of course, is Taipei, which will bring you there by 1 and 45 minutes. Hindi ka patapos sa iyong pinapanood. Nandun ka na. Kaya yung kasunod nun, yung kadugtong, pagbalik mo, panoorin mo. Okay, so, and the farthest, of course, is about 4 hours in Japan. So that's how near. That's why we experience a lot of golfers coming over just over the weekend because of we are very near the different cities in Asia. And of course, Clark's accessibility, next please, by road is from the south, we have the SLEX, we have the Skyway, and we have the NLEX. So dugsong-dugsong na yan. And of course, we have the SETEX, and we have the TPLEX. And crossing is the CCLEX. Tama ba yun? And of course, soon, very soon, hopefully, is the railway. Thank you, Yusek Bobby. Alam ko, mga, 2026, 7, we will be having something in operation. Okay. So, what's lacking in Clark? Wala kaming seaport. but that is courtesy of Subic. Di po ba? Which will take you 45 minutes away from Subic. Pero, General, nag-order na po kami ng dagat. Baka sakaling dumating. Anyway, and of course, as we have been informed, we will have the new correction. And you're right, coming up with the Subic-Clark Railway is not very sustainable. Sabi ko nga, sinong sasakay doon? Ano lang ang maiisakay doon? Coming up with a better proposition which goes through Batangas is something that will be a game changer for everyone. So thank you for that. And within Clark, we have improved our infrastructure. We have our road network, and our road, the major roads are 4 up to 6 lanes. So, and we continue to expand, we continue to improve. And Clark Freeport Zone is connected through different bridges. We have the newly inaugurated Simar Bridge that brings us to the new Clark City. That is the Clark Mabalacat Angeles, Clark Mabalacat Angeles Road brings us to Mabalacat City. So that's one. It's a newly inaugurated one. And ANAR, which was inaugurated by the President. This is the iconic Orange Bridge. And this is the Airport New Clark Access Road. So that brings us there. Now there's an old Sokovia Bridge that brings us to another area. So the accessibility to Clark Freeport is something that we have been developing. And we have been gaining a lot of progress. And also on this thing, we have the intermodal, which will be constructed in SM Clark. And that will be started, supposed to be, alam naman kung minsan moving target. Pero ang sinabi namin sa SM Clark, within the year, they must be ready. And I heard 2 days ago that they have already their materials there in SM Clark. So that's the kind of major road that we have, something that is comparable to the big cities in the country and in the world. Pero maiksi lang yan. Pero okay na rin. Anyway, so there. Now we have to be focused on what are needed by the logistics, by the investors. And since Clark Development Corporation has been in existence for 30 years, we're on our 31st, somehow we have a lot of industrial already, and we have, we're starting to have more and more of tourism-related assets. So what else should we address? We have identified the 4 heightened areas of heightened readiness. Meron na kasi meron namang tubig, meron namang ilaw, meron namang roads, but we need to go several notches higher. And so for water, we have just finished our rate rebasing, and we are anticipating that we will have an increased demand for water as there are more and more locators coming over. Now, also for connectivity, we have to improve our internet, and so we are always in touch with our internet providers. In fact, all these public utilities are being given ahead of time of the development plans, very specific on very specific areas, so that they can include all this expansion in their CapEx. And for transportation, medyo iiyak lang ako ng konti kay Yusek Bobby. Yusek Bobby, you have approved the OTR, and for that we are very grateful, the integrated mass transport system for Clark, because Clark, under the law, is allowed and has the power to be given franchise and run the transportation within the zone, within Clark Freeport Zone. And so I am grateful that the integrated mass transport system has been approved, and we are integrating those who are already here. We are not going to displace the jeeps because there's always a place for everyone. It's got to be something inclusive. And we are thinking of asking the jeepneys to go back to what is iconic, because this is now a tourism. Di bang may nakalagay doon na jeep drivers, great lovers, yung mga ganyan. Sabi namin, dapat may mga ganon eh. Yung maraming horses na made of, di ba yung mga ganon, yung mga kumikintab-kintab. So we said that that's what we need, the iconic jeepney. So nobody will be displaced. It will be inclusive. Hopefully, we can have our franchise, a special permit, to be processed by LTFRB, because there's now a resolution that LTFRB is ready to accept. Konti na lang yung problema doon. And for power, we have, kikindatan ko na lang si Yusek Bobby. And for power, we are under the franchise of Clark Electric Distribution Corporation. And but we are now expanding also, and we are promoting the rooftop solar panels. In fact, right now we have 16 cooperators, and in the data that they gave us, the reduction in terms of power cost is about 20 to 30% with the use of the solar panels. Then I have to emphasize that this will be for their own use, so that we don't get into trouble with the regulator. The regulator is not CDC, but my former office, sorry. Anyway, so in terms of, do we have the comparative rates? Okay, in terms of rates, there we have, the water is comparative with outside communities here in Region 3, and the power is only 6.54 per kilowatt hour. This is the lowest that we have in the area, considering that in all other places in Region 3, we are being serviced by the cooperatives, electric cooperatives. So this is something. Apply the solar roof panels, you can even reduce that. Okay? Now, next. This is something that locators always ask for, having the ease in doing business and reducing the cost of doing business. And so, for emphasis, we have put up the one-stop shop, the business one-stop shop. It's housed in it's a former American building, formerly used by the Americans. And the ground floor, you only have the windows. So we have the different, like the Trade Facilitation Division, we have the Health and Sanitation. So we have automated the trade facilitation, the entire process, you don't have to go there. The entire process is actually automated. The Health and Sanitation, the entire process is automated. Payment, the entire process is automated. You don't have to go. Kaya lang napansin namin, yung mga LOs ng mga kumpanya, they would rather go at magbayad. Pero hindi kailangan yon. And of course, for the trade facilitation, I'd like to recognize our collector because of Port of Clark, because the partnership has reduced a lot of bureaucratic red tapes. Now, for partially automated. We have the environmental permits, the public safety, the building and facilities permits, and some others. Now, for fire, you will see on the window when you are applying for that Clark Development Corporation does not accredit or recommend any supplier of fire extinguishers. Libre kayong mamili. So that's not connected with the issuance of our permits. Okay, so the investment priorities, we have focused, we have identified hotels, restaurants, retail, tourism-related establishments. Maybe you'd ask, saan ang logistics dyan? Because the area for logistics is not within the administrative responsibility of Clark Development Corporation, but with the Clark International Airport Corporation. Yung tabi ng lipad, kung nasaan. So that's where the logistics hub is being concentrated. So what CDC will be providing will actually be the support, and the permitting process still remains with CDC because CDC is the LGU here in Clark. So yung mga business permits, kami lahat yon, yung fire, kaya meron kaming one-stop shop. Of course, we have in support, and this will include even the logistics corporations. In support, we have the manpower registry, and we have a division that specifically makes use or runs this manpower requirements of our locators. The locators would include even the logistics, even those which are not within the administrative responsibility of Clark Development Corporation. So yung nasa SIAC, yung nasa NCC, kasama dito sa support programs namin. And our training programs are locator specific, and we actually start with student internship. We are now developing a group that will address the aviation industry because of the problems on manpower. Thank you, Noel, for that. And well, anyway, these are just parang exhibit A, exhibit B. Yan yung mga training namin. For example, yung wig making. Bakit kami may wig making? Because one of our clients manufacture wig. And where do they bring the wigs? This is something that will touch your heart. They supply the cancer patients and the cancer survivors. Imagine, there's something like that in. Now, with all these efforts, what now is Clark's business performance? So, we have 1,153 locators, kasama na dyan ang logistics. We have, in our exports is 1.45 billion. Our employees is 137, almost 138,000. And so, ito, kasama pa rin sa logistics ito. Yung 138,000, hindi kasama ang construction workers, ang security guards, ang outsourced. So you can just imagine, just the regular employees of the 1,153 locators. And out of all this, Clark Development Corporation was able to generate and remit 1.8 billion in cash for 2023. And for that, CDC was included in the recognition day for GOCCs. Now, with a different strategy that we adopted for 2024, for the first quarter of 2024, CDC was able to generate 44.5 billion in investments. The 44.5 billion investment is not covered by MOU or MOA, but concrete contracts, concrete documentation. with an approval from us from CDC, because we look into the financial statements of the different locators who are applying for expansion. They have to have proof of life and proof of deposit. Kasi mahirap yung kwentuhan lang, di ba? Mamamali ang ating mga data and statistics. And proof of life, we presented the investors of the 44.4 billion to no less than Secretary Go in flesh and blood para hindi na umatras yung mga nag-commit, di ba? So, ganun ang ginawa namin, dinala namin sila sa Malacanang. Okay, so, what else can help the logistics group and the investors? We try to have and provide a work-life balance kasi ang problema natin, turnover ng ating mga empleyado. So that one, well, these are open spaces, open parks that you can go for free, you can do your picnic. We have the bike lane, so it's a real work-life balance just to make sure that somehow our employees, especially the highly technical, will stay. Okay? Of course, we're now preferred MICE destination, and so these are tourism assets. This all in all are support and also making sure that we are able to sustain a work-life balance. Para bang mas exciting naman. Hindi basta lugar to work, pero meron pang pwedeng gawin. Ang wala lang kami yata, wala siyempre kaming mga beer garden, wala kaming ganun. Bawal pa yon. So, of course, CDC was cited as the top tourist destination for 2023 in Central Luzon. Uy, tama na yan. Okay na yan. Next. Okay. So, anyway, okay na yan. Okay na. Mga ano na lang, mga promotional na yan. Okay. So, the legacy projects, we have the National Museum coming in. It has started its project. It has started its construction. And we have the multi-specialty medical center that will house the kidney, the liver, the children's hospital, the cancer, and the trauma hospital. This was also, these are the legacy projects of the President. So what are all this? How can we translate this into support to the logistics industry? Marami kasing pangangailangan ang tao. Maraming pangangailangan ang ating empleyado. Ang ating napakahalagang, the real gold is in our people. And that's what we would like to address very strongly in Clark Freeport Zone, in Clark Economic Zone, in Clark for its totality, in Central Luzon, because we want people to enjoy while they work, but we don't want the pogos, to be here, and they will have to deal with me. Anyway, hindi ho, wala na naman sila, na ako po naman ay nagpapasalamat, wala na yung mga nag-i-invest sa Pogo dito sa Clark. Hopefully, wala na talaga sila o nagtatago lang pero hindi naman nakakapagtago ng malayo. But for the logistics group, while we don't have the property, Clark Development Corporation does not have the land, our sister company or brother corporation, SIAC, has all the lands, and we also promote the construction of all the facilities, but as I said, we support the other needs of the logistics company, also especially maintaining that the goods, people, and services will be able to move out and in of the zone with ease, and making sure medyo nakikita ko na si Collector, and making sure that the smugglers are not inside the zone and they will not be coming inside the zone. For that, this is the all of government approach, the whole of government approach. Thank you very much and welcome to Clark. Thank you.